a couple of days ago, some news came out about Netflix that got a lot of discussion going, some debate, if you will, some pretty hot opinions about it as well, where basically something that we knew was coming for a long time was actually arriving. Netflix has designed some ways to prevent people from doing free password sharing to Netflix accounts so they can share free Netflix to people. But they are offering a new service where if you want to share your password with somebody outside of the house, you can for an additional $3 a month. Now, $3 a month is what it's going to be in the 3 countries they're testing this in. Whether or not it ends up being $3 here, I got a feeling it probably will be $3 when it gets here. Now, this, of course, got some people very upset because damn it, you don't own your service. I am entitled to have Netflix for free, damn it. How dare you propose that I have to actually pay for Netflix service?
Bunch of
I should
Aruba
be able to
salts.
borrow my cousin's password for nothing, when that, of course, is not what Netflix's service is, nor is it their user agreement, which says you can have multiple people in the same house using Netflix. You can set up accounts for them. They can have their own profiles, all that kind of stuff. But they set up this thing kind of as a compromise. A lot of people are very upset because we like our stuff for free. But they are introducing this. Well, now a report has just come out, and this comes to us via Variety, that says doing this, Netflix is going to make $1.6 billion per year. Now, really what this means is they're actually recouping $1.6 billion a year that people have been stealing from them every year. But if you want to know why they're making a move like this, well, here are 1.6 billion with a B reasons why they're going to do this. Now, this comes to us from the folks at Variety who write the following. Netflix wants users who share passwords with people outside of their household in violation of its terms of use to pay an additional fee to keep streaming. The plan, if successfully rolled out, globally could add a cool $1.6 billion to Netflix's top line, according to a new Wall Street analysis. Now, here's one of the interesting things. The Wall Street analysis proposes that they did a study on this, that not everybody who's stealing passwords or using other people's passwords for free are going to sign up for this, but a good portion of them will. But the study also suggests that there's going to be a certain percentage of them that actually just go, well, whatever, I might as well just get my own account and then go ahead and get their own account, which is ultimately really what Netflix wants them to do. So we're talking about 1.6 billion. I am curious because I don't think, Aaron, you were here for the first time we talked about this.
I was not.
So I'd be curious to know, number one, your thoughts on Netflix making this move. And now that we're kind of getting an indication that they're going to make, like, over the course of the next 3 years, they're going to make close to $6 billion in this, getting people to actually pay for the service. I don't know. What do you think about this overall?
Well, I mean, yes. Of course, when we're used to getting something for free and we're used to being able to share it with everyone that we know, then there becomes a certain sense of entitlement of, well, this is the way it's always been done, so why should we have to change it? That's part of human nature. We can see that in every facet of our culture. However, at the end of the day, Netflix is a business, and I would love to be able to say, well, wait a minute. Why do I have to pay my gas bill? Why can't I just, hook my gas line up to my neighbor and, let them pay all of it? Well, because I'm using gas to, use my dryer and to heat my food and do different things. So I should have to pay for that. Similarly, Netflix is also a business, just like LADWP. So they should be able to charge people for using their service. I don't really understand the mentality of, I don't think I should have to pay for this, even though I'm receiving it. So I'm really curious what the responses have been. But then also similarly, I don't know how they're doing it though. So how does it work? So, because I know that Tom and I, being in one household, we have multiple TVs.
Right.
And so sometimes we watch it in different TVs, but then we also each have a laptop and we also each have an iPhone, and Tom also has an iPad that he watches things on. So do you know, I'm assuming you know how they're going to do it.
It's similar to how banking kind of does it right now. So for example, if I'm over at Rob's place and I borrow his laptop to log onto my bank account, I can put in my credentials, but the bank account's going to go, whoa. My bank website will say to me, okay, your credentials are correct, but we do not recognize this IP because this is not normally the IP that you, user John Campea, normally log in here from. We're going to send you a text message, confirm it's you. We're going to do this other sort of 3. Now, they haven't announced exactly what their steps are, but I got to assume it's going to be one of those things. So, like, if like Chris lives with you, and you guys are be roomies, and you share, she lives in the house with you, and you share your password with her because she lives in the house with you.
Get out of here, Tom.
She uses her laptop to log in and all that kind of stuff. But if she suddenly goes somewhere else and tries to use my laptop to log in, it's going to say, okay, yeah, this is Chris Carr's credentials, but this isn't a device you normally use. This isn't this isn't an IP address you usually come from. And it looks like the other streaming services are going to pick up on this too. Anyway, Chris, I want to check with you on this. Now, we talked about this the other day.
Yeah.
But you've had a few days to sit on it now. Now that we're hearing like 1.6 billion a year, I don't know, what are your thoughts on it now?
I mean, I'm going to send my brother a Venmo request for $36 and be like, come on, you mooch, give me my money. I think this is great, though, because a lot of people, too, I am somebody who uses some other passwords, too, for my friends. And it's kind of been a trade system so far, right? Of, hey, I really don't feel like paying that extra bit for Stars or for Showtime. I'm going to let you in on my Hulu account, or I'm going to let you use my Disney Plus or something like that. And we've kind of evened out that way. I don't mind sending somebody $3 a month to help me out like that, rather than spending an additional, $17 per month? Is that what we're at right now? Something like that. I don't mind a $36 fee for a year. I think that's very, very reasonable. And for Netflix to recoup this amount of money, I mean, it's a no-brainer for them. And I do think a lot of people will just sign up for it themselves, like you were saying too, John, because maybe they don't want to Venmo their sisters. Maybe they want to feel like big, strong men with their own accounts.
Yeah, I give my dad has his own account. It's called Buckman because he's a deer hunter. And so he has his, so there's Tom, and then there's Aaron, which is a cat, of course, and then my dad's is a picture of a deer, and his nickname is Buckman. And I go on there and I put all the things that I think that he'll like Tiger King and 60 Days In, and like all these crazy shows, all these weird documentaries. And so it's kind of like a little Easter egg hunt for my dad. Every time he goes on our Netflix account into his own section of it, he has like these new little things that he finds. So I'm going to go ahead and cough up the extra $3 a month for my parents, for my dad, so he can watch all of his weirdo documentaries.
See, here's the thing. I never want to see what's on my parents' playlist. I'm not going to call her out, but my wife has a friend who I believe watches a show, and she was like, yes, I went on, like, we share our password for X streaming service, and we went on to see the history list, and like mom and dad were watching like some softcore, Red Shoe Diaries, After Dark kind of stuff. I'm like, this is stuff I didn't want to know. So I don't want to know this stuff either. And Rob, that's one of the other things. To kind of encourage people to do this, when they detect people are going to do this, the people they're going to bill are the account owners. Yeah. So like if I'm loaning out my password to somebody, I'm the one who's going to get charged with. But Rob, you hear about this, $1.6 billion. What are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, if you're going to borrow the laptop to check your bank account, can I please clear my browser history? I just want to get. So I have to tell you, I've been thinking a lot about this, and our own Netflix account at home, ours, has 2 other family members that don't live in the house that use it. And it's fun because Netflix, you have the logos. People can have their own avatars and pictures and names, and everyone's always changing them around, like you were or whatever. People's names get changed. I kind of like that because I like the fact that in a way it keeps you connected to your family. It's kind of but on the other hand, as a proponent, John, you've made films. We've all made projects. The idea that over the last 25 years, whether it's any kind of media that costs money to get produced, movies, music, TV, now that it's all in online form and it's available as files or it's streaming, we think it should be free. Like there's a mentality that it doesn't have to be paid for. And it's killed piracy, and this kind of thinking has killed a lot of independent films from getting made. And I think that the biggest benefit of this is that I think it will make people realize that there is value to this content, that it deserves to be paid for. And I think that I'm all for it. I think it's a really good thing. The fact that Netflix, look, if they're making $1.6 billion, that means they're going to put that money back. Because as we know, the streamers are spending 100 to 150% of their streaming income on more programming, at least for a while. So that's a good thing. But on the other hand, I like the idea that it's creating value in the minds of our civilization about this stuff is deserving of being paid for. And I think that is a great benefit. It's a look, I know you said, well, Rob, are you coming out in favor of corporation? Yeah, I am. I am coming out in favor of Netflix because this content, we deserve to get paid.
All right, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? I mean, we've already the debate about what should Netflix charge us for when it's been there already, but now that you hear they're probably losing out on $1.6 billion a year. How does that change or color your opinion of this? Does it at all? Whatever you guys are thinking, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. We want to thank the sponsor of today's video, MeUndies. What's something you look forward to waking up to every morning? Is it coffee, your pet? Maybe it's the face of someone you love. Well, MeUndies wants to add to that list. Start your mornings with your favorite underwear. And not just any underwear, but ridiculously soft undies with ridiculous prints that make picking out underwear actually fun. Because MeUndies makes the softest fabrics you've ever put on your body. So you can sit on your couch all day or go out and live your comfiest life. Once you try their undies, socks, bralettes, and longwear, you will never go back. Choose from a range of limited edition prints and colors and sizes that go from extra small all the way up to 4XL. You can also sign up for their free to join MeUndies membership where you get a monthly subscription that sends new styles right to your door. Plus, enjoy discounted pricing, free shipping, and exclusive early access to new launches. And listen, MeUndies has a great offer for my listeners. For any first-time purchasers, you get 15% off and free shipping. MeUndies also gives you this promise. If you're not satisfied with any product for any reason, you can return your order for a full refund within 45 days. To get your 15% off your first order and free shipping, just go to MeUndies.com/Campea. That's MeUndies.com/Campea.